Hi everybody, on today's chicken dinner walkthrough we have a return to Erangel. I've been playing Vikendi all the time. As you can see, we've got a southwest to northeast track right down the middle. So of course the idea is to jump far from the flight path and loot up in peace. So the plan is to jump the road towards North Georgia Pole, get a vehicle, which you can only do on Erangel, and then go further up that way. Erangel is where I developed the D23 strategy, and it's where the D23 strategy probably is the easiest to implement, because the what would you call it? The number of vehicles that you can find all around the map on the roads, they're quite high. You know, if you fly along a road with your parachute open, chances are you're going to come across a vehicle, which means you can then take that vehicle and then drive somewhere safe. And D23E stands for drive to the third circle and then play the edge on foot. So the idea is you would get outside, the first circle would appear, you would loot up first, then first circle appears, then drive to the edge of the first circle, loot up safely right on the edge. Second circle would appear, drive to the safe side of that circle, loot up safely, drive to the edge of the third circle, but from the third circle onwards you should play on foot. Doesn't always work the same way. As you see here, I've got a motorbike and we're going to, I guess this is the police station in North Georgia Pole. Don't worry, we're not going through the full half an hour chicken dinner. I will jump to the last 10 minutes fairly soon, but I just want to kind of show you my sort of decision making processes when we see when the first circle appears, because it's a pretty much a hard shift. So when the next circle appears, as you can see, it's gone all the way over to the southeast corner. So I'm thinking, where am I going to go? And the answer is over sort of to the east coast. So I put a marker down sort of north of Lipova with the idea of heading there on my motorbike. However, halfway there, a supply drop comes down. And I guess I've been so used to looting supply drops on Vikendi, I thought, I'm gonna get this one. But I'm very aware that I'm pretty close to some built-up areas, and I'm thinking this could be a bit dangerous. Generally, this is a very bad idea, especially in this sort of area where we're not right on the edge of the circle. There's plenty of the Yasnaya is just there in the distance. So I think, well, if I get in this car, I can use this car. Now, my other clever idea, you'll see in a moment, I go into my inventory with the idea of changing my grenade to a smoke, so that when I jump out of the car, I will then smoke. But I think what I actually do, yeah, no, I do swap it to a smoke. Yeah, I do. But see what happens when I get out of the car. I think I then must change it back to a grenade. Let's see. So the supply drop hits the ground. The smoke comes out of the supply drop. I know other people will be on their way, so I park here. Now, when I jump out of the car, what happens? I throw us. Oh, I swap it back to a grenade. And I noticed that and think, oh dear, that was a very, very bad idea. Turns out, instead of the sniper that I wanted in the supply drop, we've got a grozer. So I leave the grozer because I haven't got enough time to muck around with attachments. I start taking fire, but I take the level 3 helmet, bag, vest and ghillie suit, and then take loads of fire, and I'm very lucky I don't explode. So my only option here is just to get to the closest cover, which is these buildings here. Ditch the car, try and stay alive. I don't know why I decided to pump the horn there. Gosh. And dive into this building here. The guns I've got at the moment are a SCAR and an AK, but I haven't got much 5.56, so I make a decision to go double AK. I've also only got a hollow as my sight, so I've got one AK with nothing on and an AK with a hollow on. And from that point onwards, the circles, they all creep in on me. So my thought processes at this point are to defend the compound I'm in. There's only 2 houses, but I don't want anybody driving up and forcing me to get into close quarters combat. And there's lots of people in cars driving around, so if I think they're getting close, I run out and I unleash a torrent of fire at them to persuade them to bugger off and go somewhere else. I do take fire from other parts of the map, but as you can see, I'm using the third person perspective to look out from behind cover without exposing myself. So, for example, there's a vehicle coming up now. Where's he going? Is he going past? Right, I'll let him go. And again, when you're in this sort of situation where you're not in the edge, because we're right in the middle of the circle, it's a case of assessing the situation and then making decisions accordingly. So there's no point me trying to move because it is open as anything. See how open it is all around this compound? Very, very open indeed. There's no point me trying to go anywhere because I'm in the circle. I might as well wait, see what the circle does, listen out for the gunfire. And also be aware that as the circle creeps in on you, even if you're still in the circle, which is the shallow side of the circle, where could people be coming from? Because again, if someone's on foot and they know what they're doing or they're crawling, they can creep up on a building silently, lob a few grenades through the window, and you'll have it. So I'm just going from side to side. I've left the doors open because I don't want the noise of me opening and closing doors attracting anybody either if they're close. And I'm just looking around. I think there's like 2 buggies and 2 UAZs constantly driving around. We've only got 14 people left. There goes past again, constantly moving. Even though I've got the level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, I don't want someone to headshot me with a Kar 98 or an M24 or an AWM. In the console version, we're playing the PlayStation 4 here. Obviously, it's quite difficult to shoot people out of vehicles. You can see my blown up car there. Some kind person decided to blow it up for me. Here comes another person. You know, actually, I think you know what my problem is. I tend to shoot at the wrong side of the car. I tend to shoot at as if the driver was in the right-hand seat. Of course, all these cars. Oh, taking fire there from someone. Obviously, with an unsuppressed, well, 2 unsuppressed AKs, are making a fair bit of noise. Luckily, they haven't got particularly good shots. So there we go. So we see the next circle's appeared, and yet again, I'm still inside. Now, I'm close to the sort of southeast small side of the circle, so I'm very aware that I should be thinking about people coming from direction. Done my Norse trick of dropping a marker dead centre, not because that's where I'm going to go, but so I know which way to run, and whether I should run to the left or the right of that. As you can see, I'm just kind of guarding all around the compound, but I'll be paying special attention to the sort of the east to the south segment, because that's where people could be coming from. That guy's buggy's smoking quite a lot, so if he takes too many more hits, he'll be a gunner. At this stage, I'll be honest, I'm not that confident, because although I've got 2 AKs, not having a ranged scope, especially on Erangel, can be a bit of a disadvantage. Just having a hollow, kind of, it's like, ooh, you as a minimum really want a 2 times. Ideally, you'd want a 4 times. You'd also want something that's probably better at range than the AK, because it jumps around like anything, even on single fire. But as you can see, it's still an effective weapon. So just again patrolling that east to south segment, just making sure nobody's creeping up on me. I think we see somebody in a minute, actually, using that 3rd person perspective just to look through the windows without exposing me. Any of those vehicles around? Nobody there. Keeping moving again, because people will shoot you through windows if they've got an 8 times on or something like that, or God forbid a 15 times with an M24, an AWM or a Kar 98. Right, there we go. We see a guy there moving right to left across the screen towards those houses. No point trying to engage him with the AK with a hollow at this range. You know, all I would be doing is wasting ammunition and attracting people to my position, because you'd be surprised, even though I have been running around and firing lots of rounds with my AK. Now, what he does do though is he cuts in towards me, so he now is a threat. So I've now got to consider about taking him out. I suppose he's now running towards me, but here we go. He's running. He'll have taken quite a bit of damage from the blue, so he's a nice easy kill for the AK. It's funny, I always used to run with a hollow. Now I hear again some fire from that direction by that tree. I think he dies, yeah, but I fire a few bullets to his. Now, next circle is there, and you'll see I'm not in the circle, so I think, right, I want to move early. I don't want to be caught in any long range gunfights, but I don't want to be run over by one of these UAZs or buggies, so I really want to run from tree to tree. Because these big trees, Uazes and buggies or motorbikes, they can't go through them. But he's just blown up. Did you hear that big bang? Now, although you can't see anybody in front of me, somebody's behind me shooting at me, but then somebody else shoots him, which is really cool. I know that Yasnaya Polyana is to my west, so there has to be people up here. But I know I've got someone chasing me, so I've got to get to cover. I've simply got to get to cover and hope I can take them out. I'm running as fast as I can, my gun around, and as you see there is a chat, so there's somebody shooting me from behind, and then a guy starts shooting me from the north as well right now. Right, so he's behind me, so it's like, oh gosh, right, taking fire from both sides. Let's get inside, and then unfortunately for him, he decides to take on the AK. So 3 left, including me. I know I've got a guy south of me, and I can hear a guy firing off to my east, and he's not firing at me, so he has to be firing at that other chap. And I'm also now thinking, oh god, I really would like to go in that guy's supply box just to get a scope. Using my adrenaline boost to get up to full boost. Again, in these final circles, having a full boost will be a lifesaver. It gives you that automatic healing. I'm worried that the guy who was south could be trying to creep up on me. This grass is very good for hiding in. It's short to medium range, not at long range. At long range people can't see. Pick up that Molotov, might come in handy. Right, circle's moved. It's well that way. Right, now I hit a grenade off to my right, so that means those two are engaged in some sort of combat. So I'm safe to go and investigate this guy's box to see if he's got a scope, because I really, really would like to have a scope. And I can hear them firing at each other. They're not firing at me, so right, let's get over here. The blue's about to come in. And let's hunt through his stuff. What's he got? We'll take the meds. He's got 3 times. That'll do. Anything else? A compensator. Yeah, we'll have that compensator. Right, blue's about to come in. They've just killed each other. We're down to 2. The gunfire was directly east. There is very, very little cover here. So it's a question of, I can't crawl all the way. I do have the advantage of a ghillie suit. This guy I think he's just firing into the dead body, or maybe he was firing by mistake. So now it's a case of who will see who first. Who will give the other person away? Who will give themselves away and let the other person have the chicken dinner? So I'm just going to crawl slowly in to the circle and use third person perspective to look around again. I'm just going to be playing the edge. So you ask yourself, if you were the enemy, where would you be? You could be crawling, you could be hiding in a bush, or maybe the most obvious cover in this whole area is that big rock, isn't it? There's that massive big rock. So you think, oh. Now, if he's behind that big rock and he's using third person perspective peeking, he may well be able to see me. No, but I need to get in. I'm not safe yet. Just need to creep in. Don't worry about a bit of damage from the blue. Let's just wait and see if he's going to give himself away. Quick boost. See if we can get up to full health. And full boost. Right, there he is. So I've seen him now. He's there. He's given himself. He's running this way. Well, we've got to take him on now. We need to stand up, give him the AK. Straight in the face. Chicken dinner. Brilliant. If you've got any questions or comments, put them down below. If you like the video, like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very much. And of course, I'll see you again soon.